Pod, Chinese Pod. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese Pod, Chinese Pod.
Hi, we're Chinese Pod. We're bringing you lessons in spoken Mandarin, and we're coming from Shanghai, China. My name is Ken Carroll.
And I'm Jenny.
And today's lesson is a newbie lesson that is for absolute beginners, or if you've had, let's say, a few lessons here with us on a Chinese Pod. Now, what today, Jenny, are we talking about?
It's a very practical situation.
Yes.
We're talking about asking someone to speak slowly.
Okay, to speak slowly.
A situation where a lot of newbies find themselves in, right?
That's right. So you're engaged in conversation. You're pretty much a newbie, and somebody's speaking a little bit too quickly. So what do you say in that situation? All right, great. I hope it's going to be a useful lesson. So let's sit back and listen to the dialogue 3 times, and then we'll come back and we'll break it down.
Dialogue first time.
好吃吗？
你可以说得慢一点吗？
当然。好吃吗？
好吃。
Second time.
好吃吗？
你可以说得慢一点吗？
当然。好吃吗？
好吃。
Third time.
好吃吗？
你可以说得慢一点吗？
当然。好吃吗？
好吃。
Okay, now translation time.
好吃吗？
Does that taste good?
好吃吗？
Do you like the food?
好吃吗？你可以说得慢一点吗？
Could you speak a little more slowly?
你可以说得慢一点吗？
Can you speak a little slower?
你可以说得慢一点吗？当然，好吃吗？
Of course. Does it taste good?
当然，好吃吗？
Of course. Does it taste good?
当然，好吃吗？好吃，
It's good.
好吃，
Tastes good.
好吃。
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
Okay, now the kind of dominant expression here is for when something tastes good. And that expression is
好吃，好吃，
now the verb to eat is
吃，吃。
which is the first tone.
Yes.
Could you just contrast maybe with the syllable 吃, go through the 4 tones, how it would sound?
Sure.
Yeah.
吃，吃，齿，翅，
Now those are the 4 tones. So let's hear the first tone again, please.
吃，吃。
Great. Now that is to eat. Now, when you're sitting with someone,
Yes.
and in China, people always do this. They invite you to eat something. And as you're eating, they'll ask you the question,
好吃吗
now, so 吃 meaning to eat. How
means good.
good.
Yes, so it's a very literal translation
Yes.
indeed.
Yes. And ma at the end
Indicates it's a question.
It's a question. So 3 simple words, and it is
好吃吗
great. Now, basically, you're eating with someone, they're definitely in China going to ask you,
Yes.
好吃吗? Does it taste good? It literally translated, good, eat, question mark. Right?
Yes.
好吃吗? Is that good? Now, let's say, I mean, we chose a very simple sentence because we want to keep it simple here. We don't want
Yeah.
to lose the focus. But let's say the guy spoke really quick and he said something like,
好吃吗
You know.
好吃吗？
So you didn't quite get what he said. So you want to explain to him, look, could you speak a little bit more slowly? And you'd say,
你可以说的慢一点吗？你可以说的慢一点吗？
backline build up, I think we'll try in this one. Now, you might have heard at the end of the sentence was the word
妈
ma, which indicates it's a question.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you were asked a question and you replied with a question because you don't know what he said. Now, you said the verb to speak is
说
and slowly, the word slowly is
慢
and the word a little bit is
一点
now. So if you put 说慢一点 together, it means to speak
Speak
slowly.
slowly.
Could we hear that a couple of times?
说的慢一点说的慢一点
Okay, so to speak 慢一点 slowly.
Yes.
Now the verb could you.
可以
So that's the verb to be able to. But when you ask someone a question, can you do it? You can say,
你可以
so can you or could you or would you be willing to in this case? Now, so let's put the whole thing together and we have
你可以说的慢一点吗？
So can you speak a little slower? 说得慢一点 to speak slow. 你可以说得慢一点吗?
Yes.
Could you please speak a little bit more slowly? Now, your friend says, of course, and that is
当然 First and second tone.
okay. 当然, meaning yes, of course I could. And so he asks the question again, this time more slowly, and he says,
好吃吗？好吃吗？
okay. Now we're taking a very basic question here, but I think you get the idea. 好吃吗? Basically, he's saying, I'll ask you the question again. Does it taste good? Do you like the food? Now, the reply, Chinese is often very efficient in this
Yes.
way. Use the verb that you hear in the question to answer it. And in English, we'll say, yes, I do, if you did like it. But in Chinese, you use the verb. Now, the question, remember, was 好吃吗?
Yep.
So the answer is,
好吃好吃
so literally translated, it just means good eat.
Yes.
好吃.
It's good eat.
Good eat. Sometimes we say that in English too.
Yeah.
Good eats. Yeah. 好吃. Okay. Wow. So that's a question you're likely to hear in China, but we've also given you some phrase to use there in the event that you do.
You need someone to speak more slowly.
Indeed. All right. Let's listen to that 3 more times then.
Hello, friends. This is Sarah Chung, a content creator for Chinese Pod. Each week, we find new topics relevant to you and send them to your mobile device. Currently, we have over 4,000 lessons on the app covering a variety of topics. A huge thank you to all of our subscribers who make this amazing journey possible for all. If you are not a subscriber and you would like to try us out with no obligation, go to ChinesePod.com and start your free 30-day trial. You have nothing to lose and so much to gain, so sign up now.
Dialogue first time.
好吃吗？
你可以说得慢一点吗？
当然。好吃吗？
好吃。
Second time.
好吃吗？
你可以说得慢一点吗？
当然。好吃吗？
好吃。
Third time.
好吃吗？
你可以说得慢一点吗？
当然。好吃吗？
好吃。
Okay, well, hope that was useful. The word 好吃 is very, very frequently used.
Used, yes.
It's useful for you. So go to ChinesePod.com and have a look at the rest of the stuff on there because you can really consolidate what you hear in the audio. But for now, Jenny, it really is time for us to say
再见.
As usual, Chinese Pod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 0338. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0338 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0338.